and welcome here to the court of Fontaine. So this city is very, very big. I'm gonna do this, not this quest right now. This episode, this area is very large and complicated and has multiple layers to it. Okay, Mondstadt and then Liyue, these are all pretty big places too. But the thing about Fontaine is I know that there's probably a big underground section as well. Anyway, I'm gonna take the time to go and explore the court of Fontaine and all the things in this big city here. I'll talk to you later. That looks like a big world quest thing. But yeah, where to begin? As you can see, I have not been to any of the places besides where Linny took us in the Archon quest. So I've only unlocked this and the Statue of the Seven. So this seems like a great place to start. If I'm not mistaken, Poodle! Okay, we need to appreciate the poodles this time because I kind of went past them before. Look how elegant this elegant poodle is. Very nice. Hello. Why is its eyes like blood red? You see that? It looks okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look at it from like this point. Then it's cute. It's cuddly. Don't need to look at the blood red eyes. Court of Fontaine, something waterway hub. Let's see. Oh, so this is where we can go and take the different trains, which I remember we did before. So we have the Aquamarine line, which is this one that we took to come into this place. And we have the Navia line, which took us over here, and then we have one more that seems to be going to nowhere at the moment, which I'm certain will change. Oh, I hear it. Do I want to go this way now? Yeah, let's do it. Actually, yeah. No? Yes? What is this over here? I guess I should have the map like this right now. This place looks so big! And see, because of course, it's the Court of Fontaine, the nation of Hydro. Water is incorporated everywhere here. In the transportation, and the style, in the structure of the entire multi-layered city. Alright, let's go. Which floor am I at right now? Okay, apparently the second floor. Because I'm going down, and I remember we went up last time. Whee! It's still not Thursday yet, so I haven't been able to level up Aether's talent. Unfortunately. But what is this? Going down here.
Feel free to check the Aquabus map and schedule for details.
Okay. Hello there. Do tell, what can I do for you? Tell me about the Court of Fontaine. Is this your first time here? If it is, let me recommend some hot spots for you. If you're interested in the news and want to know more about Fontaine, I recommend you head in the direction of the Steambird. If you wish to, you can purchase a copy of the Steambird along the way, and if you're lucky, you might even stumble upon a scene of a journalist conducting an interview. If you're interested in the latest fashion, you can check out Damoville Purveyor in Quartier Narbonne. Perfume and clothing stores that push the times and tides here in Fontaine can be found there too. Many tourists fresh off the boat make Narbonne their first stop, in fact. Okay, that's very important information for us tourists. Thank you. Where is this? Is this how you get to the Aquabus? No, this is just Station Hall. Okay, so we're on the ground floor right now. Hello there. The morning crowd's larger than the afternoon one. What sort of crowd? The sort that wear hats. Different humans exhibit different behaviors. Some wear hats and some don't. Same for drinking coffee or being in a hurry. I love categorizing them and summarizing the various patterns they follow. For example, more people wear hats in the morning than in the afternoon. Do you know why that is? From my observations, it seems that people are properly dressed when they head out in the morning. For the afternoon, after a day of work, they stop sweating the small details. They loosen their ties, take off their hats, and run out to the platforms happily. You're very meticulous. Thank you. It seems to be a quality I possess. Ah, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Remia from the Marichaussee Phantom. I'm on vacation right now, but I can go back to work mode at any time if some emergency calls for it. I see. There's just this this feeling of grandeur with the Ah, this is where we were with Linny. With the theme playing as we go through this massive, like Renaissance. This is more than Renaissance, right? Renaissance era, like French city. What is this? Cogni.
Every scent tells a story.
You may easily have the time, but you will not easily obtain perfume made by Miss Emily. Miss Emily. That is someone mentioned in Lynette's profile. So that's probably a character that would be important. Tell me about Emily. She moves much like perfume herself. You cannot reach her, nor can she be stopped. She is not employed by the Confrérie of Cabrières, nor does she work with any fixed brand. But still, she remains the most famous perfume designer in Fontaine. The elegant, fashionable ladies of Fontaine will even give a precious gem for her perfume. Too exaggerated for your ears? In that case, simply take it as if I added a "so I've heard" to that statement. We going here? Nope. Isn't this nice jazzy nighttime music? This is like definitely like coffee shop but nighttime sort of vibes. Oh, can I sit? I can just invite myself to this wonderful. Oh, I should sit with the tea. Sorry. I mean, let's try somebody else's tea. But let me guess, they're never coming back. They're never coming back for their tea. So I will happily enjoy it in their stead. Thank you very much. Let's see. Musical manager, Domaville Purveyor. Poodle! Do you need something, dear customer? Say the word and I shall procure it through my connections. Anything you wish. Let me see your wares. Of course. Worry not. Everything you might need can be found here. Fonta, a specialty drink created by the Fontaine Research Institute. It is well received by locals. Is this a pun on Fontaine and Fanta? I don't have any of those. Sure, why not? I've been collecting many of these on the web. 32 I have, apparently. Glabrous beans. Well, apparently we have some of those from Sumero, but why not? Almonds, fermented juice. Cooking ingredient. Okay. Like wine? I guess it's not this exactly fermented juice. Hello there, lovely little poodle. How are you doing today? I love the poodles. I love the animals that they have in Fontaine. Okay, there's underground. This opens up underground. Okay, we're gonna go there after. Because there's a lot. There's a lot here. Treasure! You cannot hide from me.
A reward on the road.
A reward on the road. What is this? Let's see. Okay. Let me see. I love all these little shops. It's like they look at little booths and you can just go to them. Hello, I would love some of your finest fruit, please. Thank you. Let's see here. I love this fountain. What is this? Oh, teleport. Okay. Look at us. Portier Lyonnais. Like we see, I feel like we're definitely like compared to Mondstadt, we are in the big city now. Actually, I've mentioned this to the higher ups that this area doesn't need to be patrolled. I think that's reasonable. I mean, this is the safest block in the area, and the champion duelists have their office right over there. Exactly. I didn't expect them to say only you can take up the grand task of patrolling the area. Seriously, did they? Well, I've heard everyone say that you're a brilliant adventurer. Guess we're pretty similar in how people pin their hopes on us, huh? Wanna go get a drink after work, you know? Okay, yeah, I can see what you're doing here, and it's not working. Now, this is a clockwork mecha that is not attacking us. So they are here to protect the city, which is very cool. Oh my gosh, I just want to sit here on a bench and just listen to the chill vibes. There's so many locations in Genshin Impact. I just, like, if I can have my iPad plugged in so the battery doesn't decrease, I love just having the game on in the background because it's just such a calming atmosphere vibe. The feeling of being somewhere else. But this is definitely, like, one of the best study vibes. Just nighttime Fontaine. Look at Endora. Alright, so the teleport waypoint here is good because it's super close here to the Adventurers Guild.
Add
Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Thank you. We meet again, Catherine. Hello there. The pleasure is mine. I am Catherine, the receptionist of the Adventurers Guild. My job is to provide the adventurers with quests and intelligence support. May my services be of help to you, and your journey in Fontaine be a memorable one. Thank you, Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyss.
You are, and also, this Catherine hasn't died before. I mean, I guess none of the Catherines have died because one in Sumeru got replaced. But anyway, are you also a clockwork puppet, Catherine? I wonder, do I appear like a masterpiece of the Fontaine Research Institute to some? She brushed off our question very well, but that's okay. I'm gonna answer that at some point. Champion duelist. Come on, we can still negotiate. Nope, this sum is final. Not one more or less. I know you're very good, but this is 50% higher than the cost of hiring a regular duelist to be your champion, and then some. This is what they call the kinship fee. What? What kinship? And what's that got to do with the price? I've investigated you, you know. The person you intend to have me duel is a cousin of yours. Familial disputes are very tricky. If you can't afford me, then I'll... Alright. Wait a moment. Let me reconsider. Seems like you've got a lot going on in your life. Alright, okay. So this waypoint is very good because this is going to be the one we go back to every single day for the next year. Because the alchemy bench is here as well. Crafting things. I just crafted a condensed resin, so that should be good. If the clocks are the score of time's song, then what can I do for it? About the clocks. Oh, he's a clockmaker! What does that have to do with the alchemy bench? Anyway, clocks, or to be more precise, exquisite clockwork-powered clocks, are a family craft famous throughout Fontaine. Have you heard of the Lady of the Lake's Tear? That was the name Lady Farina gave to one of my works. What a lovely name, like a song that encapsulates such sadness. Oh,
Time itself.
I hear the sound of a hydroculus, but the problem is the map is so zoomed in, I cannot see it. Although I probably cannot talk to you until I have fed the Fountain of Lucine lots and lots of coins. Now that I think about it, the Fountain of Lucine, like a wishing fountain, is probably, compared to the Sacred Sakura and the Aranara Dream Tree, that seems like actually the most logical thing to be throwing coins at, is a fountain. Anyway, welcome to Burton's House of Curiosities. Oh, what do you sell here? I apologize, but I haven't encountered anything that catches my fancy lately. Come again later, if you please. Alright, I'll see you in like 10 months.
Anchor next time?
Anchor. Flowers. Okay. I hear a hydroculus. It's just I don't know where it could be. I see a teleport, so that might be more important. Hello, welcome to Les Choses Clockwork Workshop. Are you here to make a purchase? We have all sorts of interesting toys here. Clockwork goods? Indeed, we specialize in machines that function via those principles. Toy birds, puppets, we have it all. Each of them is a high-quality, fresh design. Well, though the puppet's dialogue might get bothersome after a while. If you're interested, we also have clockwork horses that run, clockwork blubber beasts that blow trumpets, and penguins that waddle. Penguins! You got penguins here in Fontaine? Sorry, I wasn't being very precise. Usually penguins live in the cold north, but I've also heard that some of them will appear in places with a warmer climate. The penguins in our store weren't made by me. They're consignments made by a young lad named Frimine. He's very good, if I do say so myself. Reminds me of my younger brother, in fact. I once thought of inviting him to develop clockwork toys, but he remained silent, and I didn't really want to force the issue. I see. Frimine! I can't wait to pull for him. I want to, you know what, I have Lynette. I might pull for Lenny. I'm thinking about it. I was like, no, I don't need to spend more Primo Gems. I got Dia, it's fine. But, you know, he might have just stole my heart and won me over. You know, what? No, this thing is interrupting me. Alright, well, here's me with some poodles. The highlight of my trip, of course. And Endora doing Endora things. Reset and Shudang. Have you heard? It seems that the new fabrics have arrived at Chioria Boutique. I hear that one is... that from my I heard that from my husband. He's a well-informed one, he is. Really? Well, my husband knows that too. He's helped me reorder them too. Would you like me to send you a share? Oh, that's fine. I'll just keep observing the product. A decision can come later. Oh, and by the way, the limited edition perfume I bought previously is coming in soon. Would you like some? I can lend it to you. Well, I just so happen to have one of those myself. It's one of Miss Emily's, isn't it? They tell me that there aren't a lot of them this time and that they're selling out before they can even hit shelves. My, oh my. As expected of a merchant family, I suppose. If I miss any seasonal specials next time, I suppose I'll need you to help me out. Oh, it's nothing. I mean, will we not still have to rely on that judge of yours in matters of importance? Interesting conversation. Chiyoria boutique staff. Now, we also know that there is a character named Chiori that was mentioned by Kirara and also in Lynette's voice lines. And she's a fashion designer. Welcome to Chiyoria Boutique. Is there anything you need? Tell me about Chiyoria Boutique. This clothes shop was opened by Miss Chiori, a renowned Inazuman designer. She has gained great favor in Fontaine's fashion world by incorporating elements of resistance and revolution into her designs. I know this sounds like tooting one's own horn, but it is no exaggeration to say that Miss Chiori has sparked a real fashion phase here. Fashion craze. Did I say crashin' phase? Fashion craze here in our nation. I am having a lot of fun here. There is so much to see! Alright, so Emily and Chiori are two merchants that we might be seeing in the future here. There seems to be a waypoint in the middle of the water. Oh, it's not in the middle of the water. What is on here? How do you get into the city? Oh, I guess... Wow, is the only way into the city from the aqua bus? Is there like no walk-in entrance? Or can you go with it? There's no doors. These are all just like... Okay, you're hiding. Oh, hide and seek. Alright, she's hiding and you're hiding over here. Good luck with that. Maybe these are your parents. Otherwise, there's no walk-in. There's no entrance to walk in. You have to take the aqua bus or a teleport waypoint, of course. You know, our good buddy Ether here, expert. Let's see, Basari Passage. Of course. Oh, we're back here in the center. This is a very important center. I can tell. I mean, it makes sense that in the nation of Hydro and a nation called Fontaine, which is fountain, fountains seem to be very important fixtures here. Like, we have this fountain, we have the fountain of Lucine, there just seems to be a lot of fountains and waterfalls, which makes perfect sense for this. Alright, so there's a lot of Clockwork Mecha here. It seems that they are here to defend the city, but they're also just kind of standing here. Oh, right, you know what I need to do? I need to mark this, because I don't want to go there by accident. I don't need to avoid that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Oh, I love this song too. Oh, and this is such a beautiful song. It's just the vibe of the sun's rising and you're here in the morning. Hello, I would love some of your freshest fruit, please. Thank you very much. This looks like a bookstore. The hearth in your home has been burning brightly lately, I see. And the balances in yours have been working hard, haven't they? My hearth is strong and the firewood's sufficient. As for those balances, I don't need them. It's not like I'll miss those 1 or 2 pieces of vegetable at the market anyway. Oh, you best be careful. If the flames leap onto the opera house carpet, they'll put your hearth out while fighting the fires. Oh, very scary. But can you guarantee the opera house would survive said flames? Nah, the fire in my house won't reach the opera house. It's way too far away. Oh, so have those flames been staying put? What did you guess? I'm not doing that, just tell me. I bet they're behaving themselves indeed. Where can they go anyway? I don't know what any of that means. I'm sure I'll come back here in a year and be like, oh, that's what that means. Snack shop. The tastiest food in the world. Get it here. Come, dear friend, would you like some? I would love some. Do you have a menu? Over here, dear. Take your time reading it. Tell me what you like, whatever you like. Recipes. We have more Fanta. Delicious fish and chips. That's very British, but I guess a lot of the British stuff is gonna happen in Fontaine too. The irony of that. Pâté de fruits. Is the other thing here. Do I want some of these? A gummy candy. As first fruits is a way to preserve fruits. With the passage of time, the candy has made its way into every Fontainian childhood memories. I love gummies! Of course I'm gonna buy the gummies. Okay, I don't need any Fanta. We bought all the Fanta from the other store. I guess we have to cook food. There's a restaurant up there too. Eugenie. What is this? Money. I see. Would you like to see some fresh fruit? I would. I would like to buy some of your freshest fruit. About the fruits and vegetables. We produce lots of boule fruit locally, but with our advanced water routes, we can import many fruits from outside as well. They'll just cost a little extra. But don't you fret. I, Eugenie, will commit no fraudulent act. Every fruit you buy is 100% delicious, not a single bad apple amongst them. That's really good. I mean, it's hard to guarantee it over that distance, but still, that must be quite high praise. You have Zaytun peaches too. Okay, well, I have a few of these. I don't think I need to buy any. It's just like I don't need to buy Sincerias, so thank you very much. I will steal your cabbage and carrots. So what is this place? This is very much like Chiori's shop that we just saw. So good to see that there's fashion options. Hello there, Momente. Oh, esteemed Eudex, the life of a small person truly is difficult. Are you alright? Thank you, kind soul. Would you be willing to hear Melusine's troubles? Perhaps I'm at fault for having been too enthusiastic about integrating into human life, but I've gradually found that there are a lot of difficult things to adapt to. Humans use such large things in their daily lives. Take clothes, for example. Sure, we can just buy a shirt and use it as a dress too, but we still need to get the cuffs tailored. With so much technology, I'm surprising there isn't more accessibility options for these Melusine. Like we saw, like the Melusine are operating like a lot of like the aquabuses and other places. Yet the pens are too hard for them to write with since they have like small stubby hands. And I just think, the Fontaine Research Institute's got to get on that. I'm sure there's solutions. You just need to put the research into it. And if we want to rent an apartment, we can only buy children's furniture. And even then, I have to step on a stool to reach the windows. If only I had a body like Sigewin's. Or maybe I should just go underwater. Don't do anything rash, right? Huh? Oh, don't misunderstand. There's no need to worry in any case. We Melusines are excellent in the water. When I say underwater, I'm referring to the place where Sigewin works. She's a companion of ours, but she looks more like a human. She welcomes friends from the Marichose Phantom to drink tea with her in the infirmary, but she's against us working there for a long time unless we want to switch to work of a more medical bent. That's because many of those underwater have been sent there by the Marichose Phantom, so they probably won't want to see uniformed Melusines. Is it too late for me to change jobs? It's never too late to start. Wow, spoken just like Monsieur Neuvillette. It's just that with my hands and eyes, it's a lot of human work I can't do. In terms of ability, I'm more suited to the work at the Marichose Phantom. Everyone has their own strengths to utilize and duties to perform. I guess that is probably the order in life. What did you give me? Guide to order. Oh, that's the one from today, though. I was like, will she give me the materials I need for ether? But no. This looks like a great place to hide treasure. Unfortunately, no one has thought so far in advance. Let's see. What is this? Message board. This is the message... Oh, yes, message boards, bulletin boards. We love those. This is the message board of the Café Lucerne. Whether it be your gossip and chit-chat, your deep epiphanies, or perhaps suggestions or feedback for a cafe, all are welcome to leave a message here. The topic of the lecture at Salon Cartat this week will be, how does water pollution harm the biota of Fontaine? Everyone is welcome to participate. Marine pollution is already a pressing emergency, and we still need everyone to contribute to this strength. Save the waters of Fontaine. Save the baptismal bishop. Isn't that down in Enconomia? Since when does Fontaine have baptismal bishops, you idiot? Yeah. I mean, we've seen one down in Enconomia. I have a question for everyone. I'm visiting Fontaine with my kid, and I don't know where he heard about the Oceanids, but he's throwing a tantrum about seeing them. But the Oceanids disappeared from Fontaine long ago. As a father, should I tell him the truth or keep making up excuses? Just keep lying. Kids get obsessed easily, but get over it quickly. He'll forget about it soon. Just play with him, and by the time he gets bored, it'll be all over. I think you should tell him the truth sooner rather than later. Lies cannot stay with him for his whole life, and rather than being laughed at by others later, his illusion should be gently popped by his father. Maybe it's not important what you tell him. What's important is that you're here with him and that you love him. Aw, that's sweet. Yeah, I don't really know what you do about that one. I think probably tell him the truth, but then they'll go take him to go find the Aussie otters and the was it blubber beasts, because those are very cute and probably not a perfect substitute, but well worth it. Welcome to Cafe Lucerne. Here we have the most bitter coffees and the sweetest cakes, with guests astute and absurd. Tell me about the sweet stuff. Tell me about the bitter. Let's talk bitter first. Every customer has different tastes in coffee, and I should satisfy them as I am able. But if someone were to order a coffee without a trace of bitterness, then my abilities would be quite limited. In such circumstances, I would ask them to go to the Palais Marmona or Salon Carita, and speak to the first lady or gentleman they meet. Thanks, but I'll pass. You seem like a sensible person, but for me, sensibility and sobriety are different concepts. I always welcome customers who are sensible and wish them a happy and sweet day. What did I get? Conche Madeleine. Oh, those Madeleines are they look so cute! Get the little conch design. Tell me about the sweet stuff. Every bite is as sweet as a Melusine smile. Ile Flottante. Okay. And Conche Madeleine. That's gonna be very yummy. Alright, let's see. These are... Oh, that looks kind of like a similar dish. I feel there's a similar one in Lille. Anyway, that's cool. We sell coffee beans! Get some Madeleines too. Alright. Perfect. You are the restaurant. You also have a stove? This is a very fancy looking stove, but I will take it. No, not that. Let's just cook something new. Fruity... Oh yeah, I just got these in the mail. Fruity Duet and Fruity Smoothie. Probably some event thing. Hang on. Pate de fruit. I want one of these. I want an orange gummies. Give me an orange gummy, please. Oh, it's all the way at the end. Alright, well, just like with every food item, I will eventually be proficient at every single one of them. Alright, let's move on. That's another entrance to the underground, which I'm also looking forward to seeing. Where are we heading? The blacksmith. That's right. I have this we need to do. So let's do that. Estelle. Hello, Estelle. We saw you earlier. There's still room for improvement here. The hammering force still isn't quite right. The materials used are all the same, so is this due to the difference in forging methods? One where the harder material is made into the outer layer, and one where it becomes the inner layer instead. If that's the case, should the corresponding force be preset, or should I make an adaptive mechanism that sets the force based on the forging method instead? All great ideas. If you can make options, I mean, like, that's pretty good.
You know, this machine is really fascinating up close. The weight just clangs on the metal by itself. At this rate, it seems like you wouldn't need a blacksmith at all.
This machine isn't smart enough to not need a blacksmith yet. When you need to make something, there's still countless little details that need to be tuned, and the tempering and polishing needs to be done manually as well. However, one day, I will turn it into a fully automated forge. Anyway, do you have a commission for me? That hinges on how well the autosmith can perform. Then I gotta show you what I've got.
So you're the blacksmith too, and not just the boss?
That's right. I wear both hats, wield both hammers, however you want to put it. Surprised, huh? Nah, you look like you're pretty capable. People who find out about me for the first time all end up making the expressions you're making just right now. Oh, where's the solid chunks of muscle on her arms? She's even leaner than the average person.
Yeah, that's right. Can someone like that really work as a blacksmith? Those aren't Paimon's thoughts. Paimon just continued your hypothetical conversation without even realizing it.
No offense taken. Truth be told, letting someone as feeble in body as I serve as a blacksmith is the main point of this machine. Humans can use tools, and exquisitely designed tools can make the impossible possible. Some say that all automated forgings are hollow and soulless, but if you ask me, the machine is just as much of a tool as a regular smith's hammer. Really, I would love to see those smiths knock metal to shape with their bare hands. Anyway, I digress. I'll forge a razor-sharp sword for you right away. But it seems like I've run out of materials. It seems we've used up too much of our materials during the previous rounds of experiments. What should I do?
Oh, Pyron knows. The next phase, Pyron must pull on a mysterious lever. Once Pyron has done that, the forge will rattle the chime before transforming into a mobile mechanism that will leave to seek materials on its own.
Automated material gathering machines. Feels like that would be a high-demand design as well. But how shall they differentiate between different forms of matter? Could they perhaps use the external reflectivity of surfaces to judge the properties of an object? Well, there's multiple things. The reflectivity is one thing. Another thing is if you're able to cut a sample, you check the density, the malleability, and durability. I guess those are the same spectrum. Not viscosity. Viscosity is for liquids. How dull or shiny it is. There's a word for that. I can't remember. Anyway, but those are all properties you could probably teach an advanced enough computer, if Fontaine ever gets to that point.
Mrs. Stone?
Apologies, I got distracted. As it stands, the autosmith is just a hammering mechanism. It cannot transform nor roam on its own. All the materials it uses must still be delivered by human beings.
Oh.
But if you're interested, you can also give me any spare materials you've collected. When one is testing and tuning their autosmith, there's always a scarcity of resources. In return, let me offer you some designs from this workshop. I smell trade secrets. Are you sure that's okay? How should I put it? To me, what matters isn't the product that is forged, but the tool used for forging. Letting the autosmith work with different materials to procure more data sets will help the machine create better products down the line. The designs, contrarily, are of lesser importance. I see. So we get to keep the designs, you get to get your research data. It's win-win. So we're interested in more than just forging materials. Feel free to bring over anything that you think might be useful.
You aren't gonna scam us with some strange and useless designs, are you? What if next time we're back, we'll just find an empty shop with no sign of you, the autosmith, or the materials we handed over to you?
No, that would never happen. This counts as a long-term partnership. In such relationships, nothing is more important than trust. I will make sure that the designs will be of the highest quality. Besides, even if I could run, it won't be easy for the autosmith to sprout legs and follow.
That's a fair point.
That settles it. I'm looking forward to working with you. I hope this partnership will benefit both of us. Yes, I'm looking forward to see what kinds of materials you will bring to the forge. Here we go. Nice jazzy music. So instead of a person forever destined to be hammering at a sword, we'll have this thing forever destined to be hammering on the same lump of misshapen metal, never being able to press it down into the ground. And we probably should not be standing so close to the sparks, but then again, in some of the ruins we've been in, we've stood in lava, so I guess we're pretty immune. What can I help you with? I'd like to buy some weapons, and I guess they're... Oh! That's interesting. Oh, you sell... and we have these, of course. You sell the blueprints. Last time we had to get them from the Aranara, remember? What's this? Attack will be increased in the bond of life worth the max HP. When the bond of life is cleared, a max of 150. Okay, that's pretty good. Maybe the net is shown with this sword. I gotta say, the Fontaine set looks so beautiful. There's this silver and blue designs. Okay, well, we saw that, oh, so we need these crystals. Okay, so good that I've been gathering them. I knew we'd probably need them for forging. So Lynette, how's that one? I heard this is good for Linny. After the wielder is healed, they will deal 16% more damage. This can be triggered even when the character is not on the field. Yeah, this is good. Because he uses some of his HP to do his attack, and then he gets it back over time. So he gets healed, and he deals more damage while he's doing that, so that's good. Okay, we're gonna need a lot of these rocks because we're gonna need them to buy the blueprints and then also to forge them. What about this? Is this good for Feminine? After the wielder's healed, okay. If he plays similarly to the other two, because Lynette also has a thing with HP and then healing, decrease HP and then heal up. So who knows? If Feminine does that too, I'm gonna make that one for him. I could give him the bell. Right now I give it to Dia, but I could give him the bell. That might be the right thing to do. I mean, it's his weapon, right? Something made. How about I get my weekly crystals done? We can come back for them later if I remember. I like... There's always like this, like you hear like some grand theme in the daytime and then you can... And there's like some like chill version of it at night. I like this song. What is this? Book Fables de Fontaine. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to get those books because probably they're from the set. Fountains! There's fountains everywhere! I wonder... I mean, I guess they have the technology for it. They totally could have like a water pump. Or, but like, I was thinking like, do they have like an aqueduct? Like, would these like aquabus routes count as like aqueducts? Like, are they getting the water from somewhere and it's like slowly trickling in? But they probably just get the water from the lake, filter it, and pump it. Because their technology is good enough for that, so... And they can just use their passageways as basically their train tracks instead of, you know, aquabus routes. Let's put a few more hours in today. Need a hand? Help? No, that won't do. It should be me helping you. I was one of the Palais Mermona's guards, you know, albeit retired now. And even so, I'm still hale and hearty. Why, if a thief were to run by me, I would catch them for sure. I see. Well, good luck to you. Okay. We've been around, haven't we? We're missing this, but this is on the underground part. Interesting. Well, the main thing I think we haven't checked out is up here. Whatever this place is. Cardinal Assistant. Greetings. I handle all manner of affairs regarding Fontaine's security. About security. The Gardamex are in charge of daily security matters, and they aid their corresponding guards officers in conducting patrols. Machines are not omnipotent, after all. There are many things that can only be accomplished by humans. Gardamex and the guards are both under the Maison Gardiennage. If something arises that they, too, cannot handle, then it shall be up to the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol or the Chief Justice's personal unit, the Marechaussee Phantom. Tell me about... as for the Marechaussee Phantom, that organization was once comprised of only humans, but now the majority of them are Melazines. They were added in when the Chief Justice noticed that their special visual acuity was most suited to investigating cases. I apologize for getting a little excited at times. Please understand. After all, the lovely Melazines are treasured companions of us Fontanians. You must really like Melazines. The Melazines, they're very interesting. I imagine it's sort of like if the Aranara could walk around in Sumeru City and work together in harmony with people. But different than that. You must really like the Melazines. Yes, and I never conceal my love for them. As a cardinal assistant that handles city defense affairs, I am obliged to empathize that, though Melazines are tiny, adorable beings, they are Fontanian citizens, not pets or monsters. I agree, they're not pets or monsters. Talking to the Melazines, they are basically just like humans that are small and have ears that are like bunny rabbits. I will not allow any inappropriate thoughts regarding Melazines. Fair enough. Guide to Order. Okay, so you guys, hang on. Just double checking. That's the one I've already gotten. Let's see. Yes. I've already been farming. This is exactly what was happening. Exactly what I, expected to be. We're inside the palace. The Palais Mermona. Let's see. Can we go in these rooms? No. It seems very, the music is very Baroque. Very classical indeed. I was like, why is the gold line leaning there? No, it's because it's trying to get me to go back to the door. I'm sorry. Hello there. Where are you going, if I might ask? I'm just looking around. Ah, so you're a visiting guest. My apologies, I thought you were a citizen here on business. Since I've been placed here closest to the gate, people always ask me for directions. That sounds like a tough job. It's fine, I don't think so. Interaction brings color to an otherwise ordinary life, and it helps to make your mind more agile. The longer you work here, the more you realize how important this agility is. Okay. Hello. Everything must have proper standards. I must admit that I prefer such work. You prefer? That's right, I'm comparing this to my previous work in the external publicity relations, by the way. I'll never be able to understand how some of my old colleagues thought. It's as if they had a waterfall in their heads that could wash away all their reason away. We should construct a bust of the Chief Justice at the entrance to the Palais Mermona. And they'd say as if they didn't have enough people coming in from outside. Okay, I'm gonna leave you to your work. You seem to have a Chi-Chi problem here.
If you're new here, don't run off on your own, or you might not be allowed to leave.
Don't laugh at your own, you might be allowed to leave. Interesting. The history decline and the fall of Remuria. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna say, you know, considering how important the Melusians are in Fontanian society and how they are respected and treated as equals, this does not seem like don't you have a stool for her? Hello there. If you're lost, please turn back. Some of the rooms here are restricted access only. What are the rooms in here? If I were to tell you, you'd get curious, so it might be best if I simply don't. Monsieur Nevulet's office is just over by the side. This much everyone knows. And while Lady Farina lives on the top floor, she's a real celebrity, so she really doesn't have any time slots free. But not to worry, the Maison Gardiennage and the Maritrose de Phantom are also up there. So anyone with ill intent will not be getting very far regardless. Tell me about Neuvillette. Monsieur Neuvillette is time slots. No, his schedule is also very full. He can't always be found in his office in any case. If you have a matter to put before him, please submit an application to the corresponding gestionnaire, according to the matter at hand. We learned from another NPC that Neuvillette is hundreds of years old. So, you know, that's quite interesting. Also, he's the Chief Justice. I assume, though, that there are also other judges besides him, and he just does, like, Supreme Court cases and stuff like that, right? Otherwise, he'd live a very busy life. Tell me about Farina. Tell me about Lady Farina. There is a special entrance that leads to her suite, which isn't accessible from here. If you really wanted to get there, you can try jumping off the roof. Don't say that. Now I have to jump off the roof. Someone did try to do this. Fortunately, his life didn't wind up in any danger. He's presently hard at work at the fortress of Meripede. Oh, well, hopefully we won't end up like that. Okay, so it looks like we won't be getting into Monsieur Neuvillette's office anytime soon. I assume it's one of those doors. Okay. Is there any way to get inside? There's probably entrances up, so... One of those is probably the way to Farina's room. I wonder if they'll open that up when it's time for them to release her, and then people can summon for her in her room. But they're more, you know, she's more likely to show up at the opera house. She practically lives there, remember? Man, it was so weird last night at like 4 in the morning after being hit with the whole quest with Linny and trying to free him from basically being framed. And just thinking back, like, wow, that was 7 hours ago when we first met Linny, and he was like, hi, thank you for taking care of my sister and all that. That just seemed like a whole eternity ago. Okay, so that place, the hotel, we don't go there yet. Is there any... I'm getting the aerial view here. Is there any other... Oh, look at these little, what do you call them? The little boats that go in, like, canals. Can I climb this? No! Alright, well, we can't go in there then, right now. Well, let's see. A lot of very interesting buildings. Oh, wait, do I want to go try jumping off of the roof? Alright, we'll go try jumping off of the roof afterwards. Anyway, I think I've seen most of the things here. Which is good. Oh, it's been so lovely touring this city. feels a little bit less daunting now. Now that we've kind of, gotten our bearings here. So we could take the elevator, but we could also take the Statue of the Seven. Like I said before, this is the only nation so far where the Statue of the Seven is inside the main city. But, I mean, it also seems that Lady Farina is very close to and in touch with her people. It's really interesting because the first two gods we met were Venti and Zhongli, who were basically watching over the people from the sidelines, right? We have A, who was kind of ruling over them, but was mostly just the shogun puppet. Now she's kind of ruling more directly over things, and things are going better that way. How tall of a roof? Oh, there's a thing up there. Okay, fine, I have to get it. And then we had Nahida, poor Nahida, who was imprisoned because the higher-ups just didn't like her. A far contrast to Farina, who seems to be the one who's most directly involved with her people. Like, the thing with the first four is, the people do have respect and reverence for all of them, especially like Nahida now that she's been freed. So like every time A or Nahida, because no one knows who Zhongli and Venti are, but every time A and Nahida walks out, everyone's like, the Archon is here, right? And it's a big deal, as you'd expect it should be when a god shows up. With Farina, things seem to tend to be a little bit more casual. So in that sense, it's less strict. But on the other hand, it's more that getting a reaction out of people is the best way to appease her. So, yeah. So far, she's proven to be very, very different than the other Archons. It's hard to tell whether she really cares about the people or not. I have a feeling she probably does, but not in a way that's as direct. I mean, think about with like A, and she was locking up her people for eternity, basically. But in her mind, she saw that as sparing the... Oh no! Okay, hang on. She saw that as sparing them from the pain of like the loss that comes with throwing everything towards your ambitions, only toward the possibility of... Are you kidding me? Please, no. Even then, she cared. Even when she did those things, she did it out of love. But it wasn't really... It didn't seem that way, so, I mean, yeah. All the way down. How do we get up there? We need to pick a different side. I thought this was water, but it's not. But it's not... What is this material? Is it like glass? Or is it like a copper? See, like, if you have like copper 1, it kind of like has a greenish color. If you have copper 2, it has like a turquoise color. But usually when you see the green rusted buildings, it's copper 1, right? We're talking about the different valence, the different, I don't remember right now at the moment, I'm tired. Anyway, but maybe they used a different copper compound in Fontaine. Who knows? Anyway, so far out of all of the Archons, like, Farina has the most, like, superficial kind of, like, attitude towards being an Archon. Everyone else seems to have some sort of, like, profound ideal and some duty to their people, to commit to their people. I mean, Farina has that too. She does have her... It seems that she feels quite strongly about her sense of justice, but it also seems that she feels quite strongly about, you know, just hanging out and having a good time, and but basically also just making a spectacle of people's lives. Yeah, she's definitely a strange one. And as I've said, like, although she was very, very annoying in the courtroom, I do have a feeling I'm going to like her more in the future. Once she kind of, you know, proves herself. Oh, look!
I'll keep this
I
close.
will keep this close. It was definitely worth it. Okay. Is there any way besides using... Oh, like, how do you get up here without having Wanderer? Wanderer can't even reach up there. I'm gonna need to get Albedo. Can I get Albedo and then Wanderer? This is so... I'm so silly. This is so silly. I feel like... So far, every nation's had something like this. Like, the Favonius Church in Mondstadt. What would it be? What would it be in the, not the Jade Chamber, that's too high up. But getting up to that pavilion is hard. Tenshukaku in Inazuma, and the big tree, in Sumeru. So I guess now we have the Palais, Marmona to add to that list. And that's a perfect spot to glide down from and see, look at the whole city from up here. Oh wait, there's another one we can get. Hang on, I want that. That must be the one that kept notifying me before. Oh, please tell me I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna go this way so I can climb up a bit. I needed to use the fan thing. Shoot, you know what? I forgot my main goal, which was to try to jump. Well, actually, no, I don't think you can. I was like, wasn't there something about you can jump into Farina's room? But I don't think... I bet that's not open yet. I didn't see any, like, balcony to jump into, right? I don't see anything there. So I hope I'm not missing out anything. Anyway, hang on. This is actually a lovely spot. I don't know when the next time I'll ever get to be here is. So I'm gonna take a picture and maybe we'll make that the thumbnail. Or maybe I'll make one of the other pretty sights we saw here today at the thumbnail. Because there's so many thumbnail-worthy shots in here. There we go. It's not perfectly centered. Good. I like that. Okay. Perfect. Will the water save me? Or am I jumping too high up? Water! Water saved me. I know we can just go in the water, but technically boats are supposed to be coming through here. Whee! Alright, so let's go find some way to get to the underground.
Too slow.
Yeah, let's do that. So far, this has been so much fun! I could tell this city is just so large. There's so much to do. Like, you could, if you were vacationing here, you could make a whole trip out of this.
Surprise!
Just the Court of Fontaine alone. But of course, you probably want to see all the other sites too in Fontaine. That's what I would want to do. Let's see. Down to the underground. And of course, as we heard, this place is not as nice as above ground, but it does have its own charm and character. This is kind of... Okay, we went to Poisson earlier today. Fleuve Cendre. So, once again... okay, the brick is cool. The brick is cool. And, yeah, it looks like everything's made of scrap metal here. No! Okay, I gotta put some time. Very ominous sounds. Okay. This is down where the sewers are. Well, why not jump into the sewers then, as we do? But this appears to be the clean water track, though, so that's good. Yeah. And as we were learning, there does seem to be quite a disparity between the rich and poor here in Fontaine, which is quite different than, like, say, in Sumeru, where they have, like, free healthcare and stuff like that. And, yeah, there's still different statuses and favor and academics and all that, but here it seems you can tell the disparity immediately. This is like going into, what's it called? Abyss. No, not Genshin Abyss. I mean Fire Emblem. 3 Houses. When you go and meet the Ashen Wolves. Definitely reminds me of Abyss. Just sort of like... It's cozy. It's this hiding place where a lot of people who know they can't see the light of day find safety and refuge there. And, yeah. Kind of the vibe is very similar. It's kind of like this underground hideaway that people have made home. So let's see. There's kids here. Hello.
Big brother, this place is kind of narrow. We can't race like this. It's fine. The adults say that boats can sail wherever there's water. Why don't we make small boats? You know, like the aquabuses. Oh, nice. And then we can race using those boats, can't we? Good idea. Now, as for the materials, should we go and ask Mr. Hugas? Hugas? Okay, must we? Every time we ask him to fix a toy, he'll deliver something completely different back to us. But isn't that a good thing? If you can turn a boat into an aircraft, I'd even work for him, really. Well, that depends what your objective is.
Let's build a smaller boat.
That depends whether that meets your objective or not. Interesting. And once again, even down here though, we see like all throughout Fontaine, water makes a very it's very important. Water is everywhere. Everything's connected by water. You are, in fact, a turtle. Like the ones we saw in Sumeria. What are you doing here, and are you okay? Are you happy here? Hello? That's right, you can't talk. But are you really an ordinary run-of-the-mill tent tortoise? What am I doing expecting a reply like this? I love what the bottom option is always, never mind, why am I talking to a tent tortoise anyway? But then again, there can be no disappointment without expectations, right? Thank you. This is indeed a truth to be held self-evident. That seems very like Honkai Star Rail kind of dialogue. I'd like to imagine it is a little bit of influence there. It probably is not, but it's just a coincidence. But since these are probably written at different times, but is there really nothing? I'm never clicking the bottom option. The silence indicate displeasure. Too much asking to make some noise. In that case, I humbly beg your forgiveness. Impressive, you've won my respect. I want to hear Ether or Lumine like just talking with a tortoise. I wonder though, like, was it brought here by someone? Does it belong to someone? It has like a lot of like tattoos and markings. But on the other hand, it's a tortoise, so probably of all the creatures, it's probably content with just sitting there, as it usually does. It's down here. Layers upon layers of this place. Alright, we're gonna come back down here. No. Okay, yes. I am a good Genshin player. I want to unlock the waypoint. And also this. Land of corroded shadows and tainted currents added to the archive. We can get under here whenever we want. Interesting. Interesting. What is over here? It does feel very cozy, I will say. Like, you expect places that look so industrial and metal, full of metal and brick and stone to seem very like cold. So considering that, it's very cozy. Very warm. It's because the people here. The people and evidences of traces of people living here. Why is there a lizard? Oh no, but I want the lizard. Lizard! Very few things even use lizard tails. Let's go up the water. Okay, so that's the other entrance. Okay, so those are, we saw two entrances. There are in fact two entrances. Good to know. We can just glide down along with the water then. Except I think we're going down. Yeah, we're going down faster than the water does. I'm gonna destroy this. Nothing. Right, it's in the middle then. Whee!
Step on up.
And this is all things considered. It doesn't look like a completely like bad place to live. Do you need a lock picked or perhaps switched? You do this business by night? Of course. Don't people usually realize that they've forgotten to bring their keys only upon returning home at night? So I thought he was a pickpocket, but he's actually the guy you call in when you forget your password. Oh, wait, I get it. You're wondering if I'm doing something terrible here, are you? Don't worry, don't worry. I have principles and sense, and more importantly, I don't want to perform a trial-standing show at the Opera House. Okay. This is where it came from, right? Okay, here's the tortoise. I'm sure that tortoise and I were gonna be great friends. I can just see it. We're gonna be amazing friends. Legal advisor. Hello there. Is there any legal service I can provide? You're an attorney. You're an attorney. We could have used an actual attorney, except it turns out we actually won because we are the best not attorneys to have ever attorneyed for a murder case. You're an attorney. Well, I wish I could have been a champion duelist, but that's not happening in this life, I reckon. I can't fight. Like, I really can't. I'm the type who can knock herself on the head with a sheathed sword. But if there's a talent I do have, that's searching. As long as the case details are clear, I can quickly find the relevant legal clauses. Well, it seems that you've found a purpose in life, and I hope that you find fulfillment in that. Hello there. May I sit here and enjoy a bottle of cider? Is that cider? Cider. We're gonna go with cider. That's what that is. Let's see. Tetrio. Not a problem. I can solve it for you. Can you solve any problem? Oh, this guy should sell drinks to us. Theoretically, I do not believe that there is any problem that can only be solved by force. When we have the Spina de Rosula Act, I am certain that we'll be able to resolve your issue with minimal harm, from things as small as living supplies and household affairs to matters as large as factional disputes and savings. The Spina will do all it can for you. Interesting. So this must be where Navia is based, and this is her organization, right? Oh, you're the guy that I talked about. I wonder if Lucelle's doing all right. Lucelle? Oh, an old companion of mine. It could have lived free after I modified it, but then they took it away from me. There was no time to take anything back, because then they gave me a new workplace, the Fortress of Meropide. Oh, by the way, before Lucelle belonged to me, it was a gardamek with the guards. It didn't resist when I modified it, so I took that as consent. That's how you landed a new job in jail. Yes. Even so, this job has some perks over my previous work at the Fontaine Research Institute. My time in Meropide was more conducive to creativity, to be honest, given the lack of complicated process and boring summary meetings. Isn't the Meropide the jail, though? Okay, I guess he's working in the jail and not in jail. Or maybe he is in jail, and he's just forced to work while in jail. Even my daily meals were delivered by clockwork machines. Such an enviable situation. A shame, though, that the canteen manager refused to sell me the machine. Alright, such an innovative spirit should be praised. I doubt this is a compliment. No matter what, such an innovative spirit deserves praise. I have some material of various sorts. Please take some. See if you can come up with some innovative ideas. Okay. Oh, crystals, alright. Are you the guy who... Was it this? Or... I feel like I've heard the name Lucelle already. Not these two. No. But I feel like I've come across that before. Is it so hard to believe? Who are you? What? It's me. Faustier. Oh, sorry. I must have got the wrong person. Too many people ask me that, so I thought you must be an old acquaintance. Old friends don't recognize you? Well, I had a short stint at the Fortress of Meropide. Petty theft and such. And when I came out, no one could recognize me any longer. They said I changed too much. While I certainly was a leaner sight in the past, it took quite some effort just to move chairs even. But unrecognizable, really? I just bulked up a little, that's all. Well, that's understandable. Really? Did I change so much? Although their face wouldn't have changed that much, so he shouldn't be completely unrecognizable. It just looks a little bit more, worn out, hardened over the years. Doesn't mean he looks completely different. Well, I've got the Pancration Pancration? I've got the pancration ring to thank for that then. When I first watched a boxing match, I couldn't help but wonder if I would ever have been stolen had I simply been strong enough. After serving my sentence, I was invited to join the Spina, and then I began to do some legitimate manual labor. I guess I'm finally on the right path, no? I see, so it seems that Navia recruits many different people. Hello.
Where should I adventure next?
Adventure, you say?
That's right, my adventure here has been awesome. Everyone treats me well, especially the people at the Spina de Rusula.
Well, you're not originally from here, aren't you?
I don't really remember. One day when I woke up, I was just here. Maybe Mom and Dad abandoned me or something.
Well, that wasn't your fault.
I know, everyone here tells me that too. Everyone here is super friendly and I'm living really well. Even if I don't go back, I mean, I'd totally be okay staying here forever.
Aww. So it is like Abyss. It's a place where a lot of these people can support each other. Hey there, friend. Want to change your life? What are you talking about? You might find this hard to imagine, but many people in this world would love a chance to restart their lives. But a little change to one's appearance can halve the difficulty, and that's my specialty, see? There's a bright future ahead for this sort of research, and you look like the sort of person with an eye on the future. So, would you consider sponsoring me? I'm a proper engineer from the Fontaine Research Institute, you know. Well, I was, anyway. That's so suspicious. What happened? Alright. It really does seem like I've got no talent for pulling in investors. But I really was an engineer at the Institute once, and it was my goal to use machines to pursue the apex of aesthetics. But an accident happened, resulting in some damage to one of my colleagues' appearance. And when I returned from my stint at the Fortress of Meripede, I started living here. They told me that Fleuve Sandra was a bit of a gray area, and I might be able to secure some funding here. As it turns out, that's not the case at all. The Spina de Rosula watches everyone here like hawks, you see. Okay, so we're meeting a lot of reformed criminals here, but that's okay. Because in this case, you know, they are people that have done seemingly redeemable things, and it's good if they have a chance to be able to do that. Perhaps I should grill a few more cookies for the children, or perhaps that bowl of fruit cake was from last time. That was pretty good. It certainly sounds tasty. As long as the children like it, all is well. The adults here are very busy with work, so children often come and buy things for their families, and I bring them snacks when they do. Sometimes that girl Navia drops by too, bringing gifts of all sizes. She asks for cake pretty often too, just like a kid she is. Tell me about Navia. I'm an old acquaintance of her father. Got a hand in her marksmanship too, if I do say so myself. Of course, she didn't learn it here. This place is too small. Any drawing of weapons isn't going to end well for anyone. If someone does dare cause trouble here, they'll be sent away to start a new life in the ocean. In the jail, I presume, you mean. What are you doing here? A little sun's good for your health. Well, it seems like you're not getting very much of that. And you are? I'm a doctor, the legitimate kind. Oh, like Natasha from Honkai. I got a relevant certification and a graduation cert from the academia to boot. Why are you practicing medicine here? I used to be very poor and I had no money to support my studies or travels overseas. It was the Spina de Rusula that sponsored me. Of course, they did so on the condition that I consider returning here to work as a doctor after I finished my studies. I'd be salaried as a standard, of course, with the Spina being my employer. I thought it was a good deal and I understood what they wanted out of it. So I only ask for the most basic fees when I practice here. You're needed here. No, sunshine is needed here. But the people in Fleuve Sandra have already gotten used to such a lifestyle. We don't go up there unless it's absolutely necessary. Enough of that. Same goes for you. Stay in the sunlight more often and eat more vegetables and fruits. It's good for your health. That's nice. She's kind of like repaying, so she's kind of helping the Spina de Rusula for helping her get out of poverty and have the opportunities to work. And in turn, she's also helping this community too. That's very nice. Alright, I believe we have been through Fleuve Sandra, and what a very interesting place it is. Alright, I think I'm going to end off here. Because that is our tour of the Court of Fontaine. Truly an exquisitely beautiful place. And I love this music so much. Oh, Endora is sleepy. Oh, that one bulletin board with the guy asking about the ocean heads. Oh, you should just take Endora. So his kid can see Endora. And then complete. We have seen Oceanids. The Endora event was one of the very first events I ever played in Genshin Impact, way back in like 1.5. And Endora was the first pet I ever got. I guess companion is better. Words. First companion I got in this game. And just to think, years later, I'm still playing this game all the way to help Endora return home. Albeit, I don't think the Oceanids want to return home. There's something about the waters that is hostile to them. But I'm glad we can. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping the next episode will be me doing the next part of the Archon quest. So I'm excited for that. But yeah.
Surprise!
I will see you all then. Thank you for taking this tour of the court of Fontaine and Fleuve Cendres with me. And I will see you all next time. Bye!